Wow, what a reversal this week from last week. I mean, seriously, we went from the end of times to euphoric exuberance in just a few days. And in just under a week, we are up 15% and over 25% on just these two stocks we will discuss today. But more importantly, can the run continue and will we be at a 100% move by the end of the year? So I will make sure you get the answer to that question, and because I get asked all the time, what does a plan look like and how do you execute on it, I will walk you through how I build out a plan for a stock and execute on that plan. And all I ask for in return is that you just hit that like button and subscribe to this channel, or at least just like the video if you appreciate the fact that I do not put ads in the middle of my videos and then stretch them out for 20 minutes or so. I respect your time, so let's get to it. So the first stock is new to my portfolio, and as of last week, I am already up around 15% in just under a week. This stock actually has not been on my radar in over a year until one of our group members alerted me to the fact that it was getting to a very juicy valuation. And sure enough, I took a quick peek and it was off more than 60% from its highs and was at a price that was worth another deep dive at least. And have I mentioned the stock yet? I don't think that I did. I'm really sorry. The stock is Lemonade. I almost forgot to tell you. I apologize. That was bad. So after deep diving the stock, I pegged a fair valuation at around $70 and some change. And just a few weeks later, it fell under that number. And that was last week where I basically finished out my entire position in a day, eventually picking up a huge amount of shares at $66 and some change. Having patience and doing a proper valuation allows you to avoid the common mistakes that hurt investors. You know, like being afraid to buy because it might go down more, like those that did not pull the trigger last week probably told themselves when there was deals everywhere. And on the flip side, you avoid the mistake that some others made earlier this week, like FOMO buying because of the huge move made in so many stocks on Monday and Tuesday. Avoiding those mistakes is exactly why the Market Insiders private group was created, to teach you how to do evaluation, and you can bounce your valuations off my price targets and take 3 different courses, and even get my buy and sell alerts in real time, ask me questions in the chat or live at the weekly Q&As, and a ton more that we will discuss at the end. So on to the second stock that is up over 25% in just a week, and we will answer the question of if these stocks have a 100% move coming or not in just a second. Don't worry, I didn't forget about it. But just like Lemonade, this stock required a proper valuation and patience to execute the plan laid out to take advantage of swings like this in this stock. So I'll give you my exact plan for this stock too, so you can see exactly what that looks like on a stock that I have had a plan for almost a year. And that stock would be Tattooed Chef. See, I didn't forget this time, I remembered. So last year I was in the process of studying the company and the price just shot up and ran away before I could finish. I mean, the move was kind of mind-blowing, but I knew it had run away from me. And that happens with growth stocks, and I am actually working on a video on another stock I missed out on recently because it just ran away from the valuation and I just couldn't get into it. And the video will kind of tell you how to deal with that and what to do. Now, we all know what happened at the end of last year and the beginning of this year, so I don't need to spend 10 minutes rehashing it all just to stuff the video with ads. But I kept studying and really liked what I saw, but knew, $27, $28 was just too much for that stock, and it was just kind of caught up in the madness at the time. Rule number 1? Well, maybe not one, but a good rule to investing is to ignore the noise and the hype and do your analysis and set your price targets according to your analysis. Not hype and not hope. And so I set my price target at $18 and some change. Now mind you, it was at $27 or whatever, but $18 and some change was my price target. And around that same time, I did the same thing with Palantir at $21 when it was at over $40 per share, and many other stocks too. And yes, you're absolutely right. I took some heat for having low price targets everywhere, YouTube, my group, everywhere, but I wasn't being bearish. I was letting my analysis and the valuation guide me. So I waited 2 months before buying my first shares of Tattooed Chef at $17 and some change on March 5th. So I came out even better than I expected, and patience is usually rewarded, and it was this time. But you never push your chips all in at once, in my opinion. You continue to look for opportunity and average into the stock. Like buying Tattooed Chef on April 20th at $15 and some change. That was really awesome and I was super excited, but here's where having an infinite money loop comes into play and gives you that flexibility to really take advantage of the market. And no, you don't have to take the money mastery course that we have to figure out how to do it. It can be as simple as you cut your budget and allocate $100, $300, $500, however much you can allocate each paycheck to go into your investing account. Then your cash is constantly replenishing each payday and you have an infinite money loop coming in for you to buy. So when Wall Street then threatens you with more discount shopping, you can take advantage. So after all that, instead of buying into the hype rallies that ensued over the past 4 months or so, I just pooled cash and waited for Wall Street to give me more discounts. And that is exactly what happened last week when I bought even more Tattooed Chef in that $15 range, and in less than a week, I'm already up over 25%. But this wasn't yellow hype or short-term speculation, which always ends poorly. This was literally 10 months of work, doing due diligence, creating a plan, and having the patience to execute that plan. But now to answer the question that's on everybody's mind, will these stocks go up over 100% from here? Well, the answer is yes and no. Yes, I think both are 3x to 5x plays over the long run, and let's just use 5 years from now as an example. But I do not think either is going to give me a 100% return anytime soon. So no, I really don't think they're going to return that quick. I mean, I would love for them to and wouldn't complain if they did, but if I'm honest, if that happens soon, they both might be squarely in that overvalued category. But if you are buying with a plan, doing proper valuations, and buying great stocks that are in undervalued territory, for the long-term investor, you will be able to take advantage of the market and build real wealth. And if you don't have a defined plan for your stocks, or you don't know how to value a stock, we can help you with all of that, as there is a course in the Market Insiders Credit Group dedicated to that, along with creating an infinite money loop and other courses available as well, along with live weekly Q&As where you can ask me basically anything, a great Discord group, tons of exclusive videos, downloads, and more, all for the price of a meal for 2 at McDonald's. Consider it a cheap date that went really well. So check that out. It's the first link in the description in the pinned comment. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.